Hi, your life. Yeah. Hi, Stephanie. We actually live now.
Yeah, all right. Should I start? Have people joined in? Because I can't see.
Yeah, you can see, well, I can see five people have joined already, so you can just kickstart.
Oh, all right. Sure. Well, hi everyone. I am Stephanie. Nice to meet you guys. Well, are you sure we shouldn't wait for like some more people? Or
Mhm. Yeah,
Paul?
well, the
All right.
recording on that level, so you can just do your
Okay,
thing,
okay.
okay?
All right. All right. So, hi everyone. Welcome. Well, this is a workshop on building with Iris on Starknet. Well, so on this workshop, I'm going to demo how to build with Iris on Starknet. Well, I'm Stephanie and I'm a front-end engineer at Horus Labs. And I I'm demoing this demo is to show how to work with Iris on Starknet. So while building a product on Horus with Horus Labs, first of all, Horus Labs is a blockchain development lab, and we build really cool projects on chain. So we are doing this demo because while building a project of ours, which is colonies, we encountered an issue, which was data storage on chain. And we did a lot of research and then we came across Iris. And Horus Labs helped implement the support of Iris on Starknet. So that is why we just want to let you guys know about it and tell you guys about it so you guys can explore it if you have anything, if you can explore it if you have any use case for it, right? So let's go straight into it. The agenda for today, we're just going to go through what Iris is, and then I'm going to tell you the difference between blockchains and data chains, traditional data chains versus Iris, and then we're going to sum it all up to the key features of Iris, and then I'm going to give a mini live demo of this. Yeah. So, what is Iris? Iris is a programmable data chain designed to solve the limitations of traditional blockchains and early data chains. If you have any questions, like you can leave it in the chat just so that I'll attend to them after. All right. So, unlike traditional blockchains that are execution focused, right? It is up to traditional blockchains are optimized to execute smart contracts, and that is what it does good. So it's expensive to store data on on blockchains, right? So there's limited storage and it's expensive. Then comes data chains. Data chains are more optimized for storing data on chain, but it stores data just passively. Then Iris comes along, which combines both affordability and gives you also permanent storage and icing on the cake, programmability. That means that that your data is not just stored and stored out there like in a vault and just so you write and read to it and it's difficult to interact with. So with on Iris, you can interact with your data on chain with your smart contract. All right. So as I said earlier, blockchains are not optimized for storing data. So blockchains store when it comes to storage of data, blockchain it's expensive on blockchains. Then data chains focuses on cheaper data storage, makes it possible to store large quantity of data without breaking the bank. Then when we come to the comparing traditional data chains versus Irys. Traditional data chains, as I said, only stores data like a vault. So your data remains static and isolated. But Irys goes beyond that and makes your data active and reusable across applications. So I want to press on the word programmable data because Irys makes your data programmable. So what does it mean for your data to be programmable? So when Irys makes your data programmable, it allows your data to be it makes your data accessible with smart contracts and your application. So you can access this data directly with your smart contract and application. So you can read this data, verify it, interact with it with your smart contract, and your data is still permanent and your data is still on chain. All right. So the key features of Irys, you have permanent storage of data. So your data is stored permanently, it's accessible and tamper-proof. It's programmable. That means smart contracts and applications can interact with stored data in a structured, automated, and permissionless way. And then it's verifiable because it's on chain. Users can verify the integrity of this data with cryptographic proofs, and it is affordable, and you have predictable prices. Typically, with the normal data, with traditional data chains, you don't know what is going to cost you to upload this data on chain. But with Irys uses a self-correcting pricing mechanism to stabilize storage cost, and it makes it easier for developers to budget. So you know what you can expect for data storage on chain. All right. So if you want to learn more about Irys, you can visit their docs. Their docs is they did well on their docs, very self-explanatory, easy to read and understand, easy to get started with. And then you can understand more about Irys when you get to the docs. And then Horus Labs also has a blog out on it. So yeah, do well to check that out. I would share the link on the chat maybe after the demo. All right, so let's go straight into the demo. I hope you can see my code. I hope it's not too tiny, right? So I'm going to be demoing the node implementation of Irys because currently the web implementation is still in the works. So for now, we're going to have to pass in our user address and private key manually. So before this demo, I had already gotten my wallet address and my private key to use for the demo. All right, so yeah. First of all, we have to install Irys Upload and then Irys Upload Starknet. These are the packages that we have to use. So this is it. All this information is available on the GitHub repo that we are going to share after this call. So you install Irys Upload and Irys Upload Starknet. So after installing it, it doesn't take too long. All right, while waiting for that to install, we're going to use it to create an instance of an Irys uploader. All right, so let me import what we'll need. First of all, we'll need an uploader from Irys. Let me just from Irys at Irys upload. So we'll need an uploader from Irys. And then we'll also have to import Starknet from Starknet, Irys upload Starknet. From Irys upload Starknet. All right. So after having that imported, we'll have to create an instance of the uploader. All right. So before the demo, I just made MC functions, which we are going to fill in. So for the uploader, since we're going to be reusing it, I just decided to make it a function so that it will return the instance every time we call it. So for the uploader, you call the upload function from Irys. You pass in the network, and in this case, since this is a demo about using Irys on Starknet, we're going to pass in Starknet. And you have to pass in because of this is the node implementation, you have to manually pass in the address, which is the user address I have already. This is my wallet address. All right, so we have to call some methods on this. This is with wallet. So in this with wallet, I have to pass in my private key for authentication and authorization. And then I'm doing this on testnet, Sepolia, so that is why I have to call the dev.net method on this. And then lastly, I have to pass in my RPC URL. So I'll have to call the with RPC method and pass in my RPC URL. All right. So after this, I am going to return this uploader. Cool. All right. So we're going to be uploading 3 types of data. Just before we go into this, Irys makes uploading data very easy and affordable. In fact, on Irys, if you are uploading any data that is less than 100 kilobytes, it is going to be free, right? So for this demo, I have selected files that are less than 100 kilobytes. But if you want to upload files that are more than 100 kilobytes, you have to fund your account. And funding the accounts, the process of funding the account is very clearly stated on the docs. So yeah, you should check that out. I don't know where that is right now, but yeah, you should check out the docs if you want to fund your account in case you have files that are larger than 100 kilobytes. Cool. All right, so we're going to upload, first of all, we're going to upload a text, hello from Starknet. And the way it goes. All right, so on Irys, we're going to use the upload function. Now this upload function takes in the data you'd like to upload. In this case, we are going to upload this text. And optionally, you can take in tags, that's metadata, in case you want to name your data or any other thing you have. You can also accept anchors. But importantly, it returns an object as a response. And this object has an ID, that is the ID of the transaction, a timestamp, version, and all these things. So what we're going to use mainly is the ID, because this is what we're going to use to download the data after uploading to verify that, okay, this data was successfully uploaded. There are other important data that it returns, so you could check it out later. All right, so for uploading this text, I am going to go ahead and, all right, const Irys uploader equal to get Irys uploader. I'm going to get the instance of Irys uploader. All right, so for Irys uploader, await Irys uploader dot upload. All right, so we're going to have to pass in the data that we want to upload. That is data to upload, that is hello from Starknet. So I'm going to pass in the data that I want to upload. In this case, okay, I have to call this inside of the function. Okay, sorry. All right, so I already have Irys uploader here. All right, so I'm just going to, I already have Irys uploader called, so I'm just going to use it. I'm just going to use it straight ahead. So Irys uploader dot upload. So I'm going to pass in the file that I want to upload. That's the data to upload. That is hello world. And I want to save the response so that we can see it and use it. All right. So I'm going to upload this data now. So to upload this data, I'm going to run this script. This is a function. There's really nothing happening in this function. Ignore every other thing at the bottom. It's just data that I just pre-wrote. It doesn't do anything. I mean, we could comment it all out. Let me just do that. So this is the main part, right? Uploading this data, and we want to log the response. So I'm going to log the receipt. I'm going to log the ID of this receipt so that I will be able to download this data after this successful upload. All right, so if I run this script, okay, I get the ID of the data that I just uploaded. So you can see that to download the data, you have to, first of all, like prefix your ID with https gateway.iris.xyz, then your data's transaction ID. So that is what I have here consoled. So if I follow this URL to my browser, I will be able to download this file that I just uploaded. And if we go check it out, I just uploaded this file and I just downloaded it. And yeah, hello Starknet. So that was uploaded successfully. All right, so next up, we're going to work on uploading a file, like an image. All right, so to upload this image, we'll use the method upload file from Irys to upload file. You're going to pass in the name of the file, the path to the file, and then optionally some tags. So in this case, I am going to pass in a tag. So now this is the part of the image I want to upload that I have predefined. And then I have some tags. So I'm going to name the tags. I'm going to name this upload. And I'm going to say what content, I'm going to give it a content type. So it's a PNG image. So I'm just going to put some meta tag. Mind you, meta tags are optional. So you could do this without uploading it, without passing in that meta tag. All right. So for the upload, I said we're going to use the upload file from Irys. So Irys uploader.upload file. And I'm going to pass in the file that I want to upload, which is the path to the file that I want to upload in this case. So my image is in images PFP JPEG, right? Okay, so this is a JPEG, and let's say PNG. JPG. All right, so I am going to upload this image. So we use the upload file method from Irys uploader. I am also going to pass in tags just to give more time to my data that I'm upload. All right, so if I run this script again, I get a log of my upload and its transaction ID, and I'm going to follow that. All right, so this is the image I just uploaded, and it was uploaded successfully. Well, lastly, I am going to show how to upload a folder. So you can upload a folder on Irys too. So if you want to batch upload data, you easily can. Sure. All right. So for uploading a folder, we use another method, which is upload folder. Very, very clear. All right. So the folder I'm going to upload, the path to the folder, I'm going to provide it. All right. So okay, so I'm going to call the Irys uploader instance and upload the folder, and I'll pass in the folder. All right. So for folders, you can pass in the batch size of that folder optionally. You can pass in the index file. That is like the file you want to see if you retrieve or go to the manifest ID. That's the ID of the upload, right? Because this is going to return you an object that has all the IDs of each of the individual files that was uploaded, but it's also going to have an ID of the whole upload. So the index file is just basically telling you the first file, the file that you see if you go to the manifest ID. So in this my upload, I have an image which is a.png. So that is what I'm going to use as my index file. I'm going to pass in a batch size. That is basically the number of items in your folder. I have only 4 items in my folder, so I'm going to pass in the batch size as 4. And then I'm also going to pass keep deleted as false. Right, so keep deleted. If you delete a file from your folder and you upload it again, it just tells Irys to delete it instead of like keeping it. You understand? All right. So for the manifest, if I upload this now, I will get an ID. But if I follow this URL that I will get back from the upload, the direct ID of the whole folder, I'm going to see just my index file, but it will generate a CSV or JSON file that shows the IDs of all the individual uploads that I made. That's the ID of every individual image in this folder. All right, so let's test that out. I'm going to run this script again. Okay, so this is the URL that it returns. All right. Okay, so this is the A file that I had. This is the image A. So that is the ID of the whole manifest. But if you see that some files were generated for me, let me close this so that some files were generated for me that has all the data that I need about this upload. So this is its signature, the ID, and everything. If you check the CSV file, it shows you, I think it will be better with a JSON file. All right, so this are all the files I uploaded, the ID of each of its upload. So that's in case you want to access them singly. And then it tells me which of the file is the index file. But the ID that I got back from running that script is the ID of the manifest. That's like the whole folder. All right. Yeah, so I think that is where we're going to stop. There are other ways to retrieve data from Irys. You can use the GraphQL endpoint, which they provide. Yeah, So you can check that out. So this demo basically is just to introduce you guys, tell you guys that okay, this new cool thing is on Starknet now. Horus Labs did implement it. A lot of it is still on the work. So if you notice that I had to manually pass in my user address and private key, and that's because we just have the node implementation right now. But in a few days, the web implementation is going to be available. So if you find yourself in a situation where handling data on your DApp is quite difficult, you should really check out Irys and check out, now it's on Starknet, so we encourage you guys to use it and yeah, read more about it. Yeah, I think that will be the end of this demo. It was pretty short. Does anybody have any question? Paul, is there any question? Hmm. All right. I guess there is no question. Okay, so like, can I get any response? All right.
Yeah, I said there's no question like here, but then it just a few persons saying this is insightful and that's it.
All right. So the repo to this demo is going to be provided, not this one exactly, because in the repo there's going to be a lot of notes for each step and everything you have to do. The link to the docs is also provided. It's going to also be provided because the docs do a very great explanation, like do a very good job at explaining how to use it for every network, and then including Starknet, it basically follows the same flow. All right. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and yeah, I hope you have fun building with Irys on Starknet. Thank you.